A very warm welcome to our valued Salaamedia listeners this very Thursday afternoon, and I should say morning, a special one, because we're coming live out of Tembisa with an outreach program that has meant so much to us as the Salaamedia family and other corporates that have joined us in this particular outreach program. And coming live out of Tembisa has taught us so much of humility and humbleness to be able to see the people and the types of challenges that they're facing. But one story that I did a few weeks ago stood out for us the most. The story of Sindiswa. And Sindiswa Mabindisa is a phenomenal woman, 29 years of age, with one child, living off only a social grant. And she has had many challenges. But Sindiswa is one of those very selfless people that we just, learn to reach out and find our purposes in life. And this is what she said to me when I spoke to her before, that the Almighty has given her purpose. And so selflessly, this is how she's living in this type of situation in Tembisa, trying to reach out to all the grannies and all the elderly that are finding so many challenges. And this is where we are. So we say, go and grab a hot cup of coffee today. Join us, because we're coming literally, absolutely live on the show with myself, Nafisa Dango. We're going to be enticing you into uplifting, empowering, creating that sustainability, and changing people's lives for the better, one step at a time. And today it starts right here in the township of Tembisa with Sindiswa. So Sindiswa, please come and join me. She's from Ratchet Woman's Diary. A very warm welcome to you, Sindiswa. Thank you so much for joining us on the Nafisa Dango show this morning. And as I know, when we spoke, when we spoke a few weeks ago, I just want you to tell our viewers again and remind them about Ratchet Woman's Diary and how it was founded and the types of challenges and the needs that you had defined in your area of Tembisa to be able to start this absolutely phenomenal outreach program.
Okay, thank you once again. My name is Sindiswa Mabindisa. I'm the founder and the CEO of Ratchet Women's Diary. So basically what I do on Ratchet Women's Diary, I'm taking care of elderly people with different abilities and mental limitations. I bat them, I carry them on my back to the clinic for physio sessions. I aim for advocacy against neglect of our senior citizens, particularly the disabled. I cook for them, I take them to the clinic. Sometimes I'm a physiotherapist. I also train them, then I do physio.
I'm sure it's been, I think the ideology of the word says a lot, Ratchet Woman's Diary. I think it's the type of challenges that you face that actually made you choose the name.
Yes.
Indeed, as I'm looking now, and our grannies are sitting here, and if we can just get a shot of them, is show the type of challenges that you have faced in your area. And it's not just in one direction, it's throughout Tembisa. And as you were saying to me the other day, you had to even go as far as Pietermaritzburg to be able to look after a granny. Talk to us about the challenges at the moment, Sindiswa, besides your story of finding this. Let's, before we go into that, talk about what you spoke to me, which I think was so heart-wrenching and warming, was the idea of that it was your purpose sent to you by God. And I read that all the time from you. And you know what? Honestly speaking, I read it every morning because it gives me the inspiration to want to able to do something better every single day of my life. So you have literally become my inspiration.
Thank you so much.
So talk to me about that, the way you feel and what has made you decide to do this.
Founding Ratchet Women, I think it's me being able to understand me. My whole life as I was growing, I've always felt abandoned. I was abandoned at an early age by my parents. And then so I grew up wretched. I've always felt wretched. I've always felt lonely. So finding the purpose, I think it's me finding me, being able to give what I don't have. I normally hear people saying, you can't give what you don't have. But I actually do that every single day. Me being able to express my love to the grannies and people with disabilities, it's me finding Usindiswa.
It's so important that you bring up that word love. I think because for me, it's determining that self-love first before you can actually go out and give it to others. And I think you realize that your purpose from God was was being able to share that self-love that you had for yourself, but also realizing that there's a deeper need for you than just being on this earth and with you and your daughter. And this is how you started this whole thing, by going to reach out to the grannies. How does it make you feel every single day when you come back from there, knowing that you've done something for them that has bettered their lives in some way or the other?
It fulfills me every single day, knowing that I was able to help someone, and then knowing that I can be able to open up to them and talk about me. Even when times I feel lonely, times where I feel miserable, I can be able to open up to them. So it makes me feel very important. Yeah.
You know, you so remind me of the days gone by. Because I think when we were young, and I think we can all of us that are here, and the listeners and the viewers out there, can relate to you, Sindiswa.
Okay.
Because when we were young and we wanted to reach out, the first people that we would reach out to would be our grandparents. They were the ones that would give us the love and the support structures that we were looking for. And it was always those types of people that we felt that had such beautiful life experiences, and they had experienced difficulties as well, and that the advice that they can give us is so important. And I think this is something that we need to bring to the fore, is for the viewers and the listeners to understand the importance of what it is that you're doing, is defining how important and how valuable these people are. Because let's be honest, without the elderly, we wouldn't have much direction in our lives.
No, we won't.
So what has this meant for you from a fulfillment point of view every single day when you got, because I know it's been very difficult for you. You've had to literally go every single day out from door to door to door to be able to actually reach out to those grandmothers. It's not something that's easily accessible for you, and living off a social grant is probably not the easiest of things either. There's many challenges with that as well. How are you coming by?
Being able to live by the social grant, it has been hard because I depend on it for me to be able to pay my rent. Then it was hard because I couldn't afford to buy food. And now that I have a child, a 7-year-old boy, it was difficult because he would expect things that I can't afford. So ever since I started helping elderly people and people being able to know about me, so it's easier now. I am able to get food parcels, and I also share the very same food parcel that I get with the grannies that I'm helping. So
wow, I think that's so selfless, because the thing is, whatever you're getting, you're sharing back in return. And I think that's something that many of us have to learn as a lesson. It's about giving and not just receiving. Yes. And I think the receiving on your end would be the endless blessings that you're getting from these people every single day.
Thank you. I do.
Yeah. So what would you like our viewers to know about Sindiswa and Ratchet Woman's Diary, the most important message you'd like to give them?
The message that I would like to give to the listeners is that it's okay to be broken. It's okay to not be important to other people. But one thing that I would like to say to them is find you and do you. It doesn't matter the background or the upbringing. As much as I don't have a beautiful background, but I'm being able to help other people. You know, I remember while I was still young, I had days whereby I didn't have a place to stay. So I'd go to people's places, then I would knock, and then I would ask for to sleep. Then they would allow me. Then the next day I would do the same thing again. But that didn't define me, and I didn't smell that. I'm the woman that I am today. I'm being able to help other people, feed people, because there's more that I do besides helping elderly people. I cook for homeless people. I do their laundry. I help these guys, the ones that are smoking yaupe. I take them to the rehab. Then when they come back, I reunite them with their families. So there's much that I do. I donate school uniform to the kids. I help them in the morning. I wake up in the morning. I help them at the school gate. I polish their shoes. I buy the polish. I go to the school in the morning. Then I do that. So my upbringing, or me being abandoned by my parents, it didn't mean I should abandon myself as well.
So should we say that life lesson actually made you grow as an individual?
It did.
Initially, I think a lot of the times people look at the negativity in something, but not realize that a particular challenge that we face or something that we go through actually grows us as individuals. It makes us stronger. And I think it also makes us realize our life's purposes. And I think that's just what it's about. Yes. And this, I mean, it's you know, I would look at you and say, it's such a sad story to to know that you had to go from house to house to just have a roof over your head for the evening, and having to find that food and being abandoned. But that life story that you went through actually made you the strong, should I say, amazing, phenomenal, selfless individual that you are today. I think for myself and all the teams that are out here today, I think the only thing that we can tell you is that we're extremely proud of you and your achievements and what you've done thus far by being able to go out and being so selfless, yet you were deprived of so much in your days. But that didn't stop you. It made you realize that you could possibly turn other people that are going through similar situations than yourself and challenges that they're facing and make their lives better. And I think that's what gives you your fulfillment, and realize that God had actually a deeper version of purpose for you. And the reason I say that so deeply is because I'm so passionate about what you're doing. I think it's something that takes a lot of, should we say, patience, and as you were saying, the word love. I think the word love is the most important thing. And a lot of times we tend to forget that word. And how important it is. And as they say, just a little bit of love goes a long way. And it's so nice to see that you've created that sync with the grannies, because like you were saying, they've become your support structure and your extended family. And in turn, you've become theirs. So there's this mutual relationship where you've created something so beautiful between yourselves. Irrespective of the challenges that you're facing, you decided we are going to be that standing skeleton, spine, support structure for each other. So what does this mean for you? Because I'm really excited to be right here, standing at your home in Tembisa, being able to do something so amazing and so different. And this is where the Salaamedia team and the Hello Group and the Fakir family have come in. Salaamedia, from myself, the program decided, from what we do, the show is all about upliftment, empowerment, and sustainability. And that's the reason why we're here today, is to be able to help you in many directions, to better things for you, so that you in turn can better things for the rest of the people that you're reaching out to. Thank you so much for being that phenomenal woman you are. And all this, it's Women's Month. So all you women that are listening here, it's a pity we couldn't do this on Women's Day. This is the type of role model you need to look at. This is the type of person that you need to want to achieve to be going forward in life, because I think sometimes we get so caught up in our routines of everyday life that we tend to actually lose the essence of what life is about. And Sindiswa today, right here, coming to you live from Tembisa, has shown us what life really is about. So thank you so much, and God bless you for all the amazing things that you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so Sindiswa, you can go and join the grannies in the meanwhile. Let's not forget, coming out of Salaamedia, it's been a phenomenal experience for us to be able to embark on these outreach journeys, because this is what humanitarian journalism is about. It's about defining the need in each township, in each place, and in each person, and helping them move their lives up in a better way. And nobody better to tell us about that than our COO, Panti Moletsani.
Assalamu alaikum, and good morning to our elders and the viewers at home, wherever you are.
Panti, let's talk about Salaamedia. It's been such a phenomenal ride for us from where we started. Talking about, I think, three words that resonates with us as a team and as a brand continuously. Is the word. But firstly, before we even go there, I'm forgetting the importance of the gentleman here. So just please tell our viewers a little bit about you and the role you play as far as Salaamedia is concerned, because I think it's important.
Yes, my name is Panti Moletsani, as you said, Nafisa. I am the COO of Salaamedia, and we started back in 2016 after realizing that there is a gap in the media where people's voices are not amplified. So this is basically what we came in a business for, that, you know what, the voices of people like Sindiswa are not amplified, and most of the time when people or reporters go to the townships, go to an area to cover the story, it is mainly about the media or the reporter about themselves, but then not really about the actual story and about the people on the ground. So we have came here to Tembisa today and to really cover a heart-wrenching story of this lady Sindiswa, and especially in a very suitable month, the Women's Month. She's very she's a hard worker, and you know, one can imagine the many 29-year-olds out there. I'm sure that you do know, Nafisa, that many youth out there usually will really take care of themselves, but not take care of others.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing that we're trying to do as well, is make people understand that there's nothing better than like giving back. And that's what humanitarian journalism is about. And this is what the brand stands for. Let's talk about the brand. I mean, the brand has been phenomenal because it stands for so many things. And I use that I should be saying all the time on my show. It's empowerment, upliftment, and sustainability. And I think that is so important because many NPOs, I think, go out there and do absolutely phenomenal work. But we've defined the need where we can come out and give Sindiswa things all the time. But what is it that we can do to change her life where she becomes, should we say, empowered, uplifted, and self-sustainable to some extent, and then reach out to others that way to be able to create that kind of circle and network? I think that's the need that we've defined as far as humanitarian journalism is concerned.
Yes, and looking back where we started, I remember we have traveled from the breadth and length of the country. Back in 2017, we started a project called Riding for SA Education, where we will go to schools from as far as Limpopo, Polokwane, and the many rural areas of Limpopo to Cape Town. We used to cycle more than 35 towns of the country, raising funds, raising awareness about our education system, and also trying to bring attention, active citizenry in order for people to get involved in the many ills of the society that we are witnessing. So this is what the brand is about. The brand is about the people themselves, the people on the ground, the people that are, that want to make change.
That's true, and it's about the change makers and the community builders, and that's what it's about. Many times on the show, we talk to people, and then we sit down, post the program, and say, these are the needs that these people have. This is how we define it, and this is how we got here today. So very selflessly wanting to give back to a community that needs so much of upliftment and empowerment. And I think Sindiswa was just one of those absolutely amazing role models that we found that needed to be, should we say, empowered through us. And it's also about, I think COVID-19 taught us three other words that I also always use. It was to retrospect on the type of situations the townships especially are in, and reflect and say, what are they going through? What are their challenges? What are their issues? And then, of course, to reconnect with them and get blessings from the Almighty for our brand as well. But to say that, through reconnection, this is what we're doing, is creating a better township than what there was before. And I think this is what we intend doing with Salaamedia going forward, and I'm sure you'd agree with me.
Yes. And looking at Tembisa, this is one of the huge townships of South Africa. One can tell just by driving through the location that there's a heightened unemployment. And you wonder, where does someone like Sindiswa find time to really give back from the little that she has, as a single mother, as someone who's depending on social grant, but yet gives back her time when many peers, many youth at her age are really, focused and, on careers and, wanting to make more money and, trying to better their lives. But for me, her story is very heartwarming. It is the one that of a selfless person.
Yeah, and you're talking about defining the needs, and this is what you mentioned to me prior to us coming to the show, is that this is what we intend going forward with Salaamedia. It's been outreach all the time, but now we wanna reach out in a different way where we can then empower and uplift, and those same people then become a chain link where they then go and empower and uplift others as well. And I think that's important because this is what's lacking besides the normal amenities that you find the township constraints having. And I think that's important.
Yes, it is very important. We have given ourselves a brief to, travel across the country in the next few months to find stories such as the one of Sindiswa and match up and find the needs and find people like the Hello Mobile Group to say, guys, here's a needy community. Here's someone that is trying their best to improve the lives of others. Can you please come on board to help? So this is that's what we have told ourselves. This is one of our goals to ensure that we touch and we have a positive impact on our little communities out there.
And what I find so phenomenal, is the corporates are joining us. Like Hello Group has taken the extra added initiative to come out today to join us, to be able to empower as well, to believe in the word empowerment. But it's also about community members like the Fakir family, so selflessly realizing that they have a wheelchair at home, where our condolences go out to them because Shamila just lost her mum not long ago, and she realized that the wheelchair she wanted the wheelchair to be used for a really good purpose. And the way I think the Almighty had it is I contacted her to sympathize with her, where in turn the Fakir family so graciously decided that this should go to Wretched Women's Diary because there's a definite need for it. Yeah. So it's so nice to see that we are creating this sync, not just with the amazing corporates, and I should say the selfless corporates out there, because the corporates are becoming humanitarians in their own way. They're realizing that their need is not just to make those transactions, but to be able to give back in some way. And then the community members are watching our programs throughout the field and realizing also that there's such a definite need for them. And those that want to go give back don't know where to start. And here we are right here, giving them the platform to be able to make differences in people's lives.
Absolutely. And I'd like to thank wholeheartedly the Fakir family. If you are watching, may Allah grant you barakah and bless you abundantly. Thank you so much for coming on board, and the wheelchair that you have given, I've pushed it around at the office. It is of good quality, and I was actually telling the guys that this is a very strong wheelchair. I'll ask one of the guys to please bring it to the fore so that everyone may be able to see it. It's going to help Sindiswa a great deal. I've seen. Just as when one of the grannies was coming here, I've seen Sindiswa attempting to put one of the grannies on her back, and this is what she normally does. And we've heard the stories of how she would bath them and take them to clinics and stuff. So this is really good.
So
and look at the look
there
at
we
the
go.
wheelchair.
I think we
It's
should
very
give a nice
comfortable.
round of applause to the Fakir family. We want to thank them in so many directions for their selfless contribution and being able to uplift somebody that really has needed this. And as you were saying earlier, you watch Sindiswa piggyback the person.
Yeah.
And it is so difficult to be able to, depending on this, because normally when a person is ill, their weight is even more. So it's so difficult. And imagine trying to walk to the clinic with that.
Imagine, I first heard the story of Sindiswa through your show and heard narrating that story. But I saw it myself when the old ladies have arrived. I really saw her attempting to piggyback one of the grannies there, and I thought to myself, no, this cannot happen in our site. With us watching, we have to help, and I'm glad. And I'm happy for the Fakir family.
So
for
unfortunately, the
wheelchair.
Fakir family has had some form of a challenge today, so they couldn't join us in handing over the wheelchair. So Mohammed, on behalf of the Fakir family, could you kindly just hand over the chair to Sindiswa? Selelo?
Okay, I'll do it.
Or could let Brother Ponti do it. But Brother Ponti, you do it on behalf of the Fakir
Okay,
family.
On behalf of the Fakir family in Homestead Park, right?
In Crosby.
In Crosby, we'd like to gift you with this wheelchair. It's a very strong one. It still looks as good as new, and I'm sure it will be put to good use. Continue doing the great work.
Okay, so let's give the Fakir family a warm hand there. Thank you so much for being so selfless and defining the need of one of these selfless communities here in Tembisa.
Just to interject, Nafisa, would you like to get some comment from Sindiswa here?
Most definitely.
Okay, I want to say thank you so much for the wheelchair. Really, I do need the wheelchair. One of my grannies here, she has a problem. Her wheelchair breaks all the time, so at least I'm going to be able to use this one. It's going to make it easy for us to go to the clinic. So thank you so much. I bless the donator of the wheelchair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's give her a warm hand. Okay, so basically now we're going to get Selelo to come over. You know, a lot of the times what happens is I think we first need to define the challenges in every person's township, and then from the challenges we then go out and find the necessary solutions. So we're going to be speaking to some of the grannies and defining their challenges besides Sindiswa's within the area of Tembisa, what it's been like for them, how difficult it's been for them. And then here comes this little angel by the name of Sindiswa to be able to uplift them in some way. So we're going to get a take from them. And then we've got a big surprise for you because one of our corporates has jumped on board and with so much of selfless, should we say, love to give back. So, but first we're going to define the challenges and then give you the solutions.
Hello. I'm going to be talking to a few of the aunties that are here, you know, just to get a sense of their lives and how Sindiswa has been assisting them. Salman Manja. Siyaphila. Maningangixoxela kancane ukuthi nina i-challenge yenu yini as abahlali balana eTembisa nokuthi usisindiswa uncedisa kanjani?
Kusho ukuthi inkinga yethu ukuthi labantwana vele kusho ukuthi njengalo uVuyisa lo wami una 24 years and uthola ukuthi kuba nzima ukuthi makagula mele ngimthathe ngimise ekliniki. Usindisa uyeza angincede ampepe sihambe siye ekliniki naye. Usindisa usinceda kakhulu yamgezisa ngoba sengicabanga 24 years ngilokhu busy ngigezisa umuntu omdala ona 24 years una 24 years uVuyisa. Usindisa uyeza anginceda amgezise akwazi nokumguga ambhathe amphendule. Mina angisana naleyo mandla ngoba ngina 62 years njengoba nginje and uVuyisa una 24 years.
Selelo, I'm going to actually just ask you to translate what our granny has said, because just for the benefit of our viewers, so they understand the challenge properly.
Yeah, so basically, what she's saying is she has a son who's about 20. She's a daughter, yes. Daughter who's 24 years old. The daughter is living with a disability. And for the past 24 years, she's been struggling in taking care of her, you know, having to carry her around, having to bath her, having to feed her. And she's grown old herself. I mean, she says she's 62, yes. She's 62 herself. And, you know, she's getting old. Her body's getting frail. And when Sindiswa came into the picture, you know, she actually made it easier for her. She helps her bath her. She helps take her to the clinic, and you know, it just made life easier for her in taking care of her daughter.
Okay, that's phenomenal.
Ngawazi ukukhuluma nawe ma kunjani?
Ikona minjani?
Ikona. So mina maybe ningandihambisela ukuba sesisindiswa unceda njani?
Sesindiswa enipfuna ngopfu swinene hikuva kota ku ta a ta ni hlambisa ni na 60 years. Na loko ni twa ku vava hi nkarhi wun'wana kota ku ri ni n'wi fonela ku Sindiswa tsutsuma iva a ta kota ku ni yisa tliliniki. Ya ni twa swi ni khoma kahle ngopfu swinene. Xikwembu xi n'wi katekisa a hi pfuna a va na matimba.
wa mu rhandza Sindiswa?
ni n'wi rhandza hi mbilu ya mina hinkwayo hi mbilu ya mina hinkwayo loko ni n'wi hleka hambi ni tlela ni ku se Sindiswa ni n'wi foyinela ni twa ni tsaka ngopfu i khome kahle ngopfu swinene.
You know, again, you know, she's also saying she's 60 years of age, and you know, much like the other aunties and the children, you know, Sindiswa has been a great help for her. You know, when she's sick, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, she just pick up her phone, she'd call Sindiswa, I'm not feeling well, and within a minute, you know, Sindiswa would be at her house, you know, she'll be assisting her, and she just loves Sindiswa with all of her heart, and she wishes that God blesses her with so many more years. Yeah.
We'd second that. Let's talk to Dineo over there, because Dineo is the one that actually helps Sindiswa in some way. Let's get a take from her on the types of challenges that she's been facing with Sindiswa. And I know these are just a few of the grannies that are here today, but on average you're looking after what, about 10 grannies? Maybe more?
12.
12. Okay, so talk to us about your story, Dineo. What does it mean for you being able to be a part of something so important, to be able to help people that are in such dire need? And I mean, just looking at these few people, the story speaks many words.
Okay, thank you. My name is Dineo. I've heard Sindiswa's radio interview. Then when I heard her interview, I took her number from there. Then I called Sindiswa. I did an ancillary healthcare worker. Then when I heard that, she responded me that I really need your help. Then I told her that one of the good days I'll come and help you with helping our grannies meeting their daily needs, because they're now fragile. They can't do things on their own. So it's good if I come and help you, since I've ask so many old ages to come and volunteer, since I can't get a job. I would like to come and volunteer at the old ages for my hands for free, but I didn't get any luck. But when I heard Sindiswa's interview on the radio interview, I find it so, like, I find myself lucky, because I've been wanting to help our grannies to meet their daily needs. So some of the things that we do is to bath them every day. When I reach here, we bath them. If they want to go to clinic, we take them to the clinic, and it's very much good.
How difficult has it been for you? Because it's not one of the easiest things. What are the challenges that you and Sindiswa face every single day? And I know one of them is being able to having to commute from door to door to door to door to be able to reach out to the grannies. And the other thing is communication. It's very difficult, because some of the grannies, I believe, are left alone all day due to the fact that the younger ones have to go out and try and earn some form of a living to be able to come home and bring food on and put food on the table.
Yeah, it's a bit challenging, because some of the days we don't manage to reach them all, because the day it's very short. We end up reaching few of them, not all of them, and it's very challenging, because when we manage to get to another grain, so the other they can even spend 3 days or more not bathing. So then when we go there, we find that there is a lot of things that we need to do in the grannies.
I've heard many heart-wrenching stories from Sindiswa, and I think the one that stood out for me was, she said there's one grandmother that only gets fed twice a day because her family is afraid that she's going to soil her diaper. And they're not willing to bath her because they come back from work and they're so exhausted, and so they have to wait for Sindiswa to come and do that. I think that's one of the difficulties you face, is that literally those people you are their support structure, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is it meant for you, Dineo, coming into this? And it's so nice to know that from the radio show. It goes to show that when we reach out, then people are listening. What does it mean for you being part of this right now? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel so excited, and I feel that I fulfill my heart when I help our grannies. It makes me
make me call myself as important because I'm helping our grandmothers to meet their daily needs, and some of them we give them food. If we find that they don't have food, then we give them. It's very much interesting in my side.
Yeah. And from your side, I mean, it's very difficult, as you're saying, between the two of you. I mean, living off a social grant is not one of the easiest things. And then, so selflessly, when you do get food, you're reaching out to them in turn and giving it to them as well.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear from our mum on that side there with her little one.
Hello mama, kunjani?
Njani?
Siyaphila. Wena usisindiswa ungathini ngayo ukuncedisa kanjani ngomntanakho, and nje mawumfuna, is she there for you? What can you say about her?
Hayi, usisindiswa kahle kahle kimi yihero. Ngumuntu engimaze manje, not isikhathi umuntu engimaze manje. Ngatshelwa ngaye ngomunye usisi, so mangithi ngiyamfuna lo sisi wavela wamfonela wabuya ngokusheshsha. Maye buya ngokusheshsha wavela wabuya wafuna ukugeza nomntwana, wayenza yonke into, wanginikeza nezinto bekanazo esithi ngiphiwe ku birthday lami, wamnika ingubo, any day ayakhona ungamfonela ubuya ngokusheshsha. And angazi makungasuyi usisindiswa, ngazi ukuthi mina lento leyi bengizoyikhona kanjani. Mara since wabuya empilweni yethu sisindiswa namahlombe wama wasasindi shem.
Yeah, you know, she's telling the same story. You know, it's basically lamenting Sindiswa's helpfulness towards them. You know, she's saying if it wasn't for Sindiswa, she doesn't know how she'd be able to handle her situation. You know, it doesn't matter what time Sindiswa gets called, Sindiswa is there for them. And you know, as soon as she got in contact with her after, you know, hearing from another person that there's a Sindiswa out there, there's an angel like Sindiswa who's willing to help. Within a few minutes, she called Sindiswa. Sindiswa didn't even know her. She jumped, went to see her, even gave her child blankets, clothes, all at the spur of a moment, you know, without even thinking twice. So it's just a trend. You can see that this is who she is. I don't think, people would just be saying the same thing about her like it's rehearsed if it was not true. But before we continue, there are a few messages also from our live stream that I think we can read out.
Hear them.
Yeah, I'm going to read two of them. There's one from Brother Nazir Babaka. He says, honestly, it looks like Salaamedia is the future. This must serve as a window for many minority judgmental communities out there who think black people are good for nothing without understanding our struggle. There's so many support structures that people try to build, but due to limited muscle, it still is very challenging. So I think, that's Sindiswa in a nutshell. You know, she's just that, you know, she has so much to give with so much limited resources, but, you know, she's touching people's lives and making it happen. And then another message here is from Sihle Ibrahim Mayeza. She's saying Salaamedia big up, and she sends love to Sindiswa also. So yeah.
So well done to Sindiswa. And you know, this is what we talk about. It's defining the challenges and speaking to. These are just some of the grandmothers and the kids that Sindiswa, and with the help of Dineo, is reaching out in this very dire situation. And as we know, COVID hasn't made life any much easier for the people in the townships as well. But then again, it's so nice to see that there are people out there, and I'm going to call them humanitarians, because they're not just corporates, they're corporate humanitarians that go out there, that go that extra mile to be able to define the need. And from the show and speaking about Sindiswa, the Hello Group, and also QMart have decided to come on board. And we should say that they're facing the challenges. We've brought the challenges to the fore by creating the awareness with you. But they've also, we've also got some amazing packs that we created for Sindiswa, for her, some hygiene packs for her granny, so that it makes it kind of easier for her, from the Salaamedia group, which we will be handing out a bit later. But I'd like to welcome Aslam Chikte from the Hello Group. He is one of the main managers there. And he's going to be talking to us about what they've defined with Sindiswa and what made them through the show by listening to her story. And this is what it's about. That's why I'm saying the show is meant to be able to create the awareness of the plights of many people out there in the townships that are going through so many difficulties and trying to make their lives happier. And that is the reason why I'm smiling so much, because for me today, this has fulfilled so many purposes. Thank you so much for joining us on such a phenomenal outreach program and such a beautiful township. And I look around here and the environment and the visibility of people and the types of people here. It's I think let's talk around there, Aslam. The self-love and the wanting to create better situations means so much.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum and hello everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you're all well. Good to see everyone here. Yes. Okay. So I've been listening through to all the talks, what Sindiswa has done, the challenges that she's faced. And one of the big ones was, she needed a cell phone where she couldn't get contacted. Somebody tried to get hold of her. Unfortunately, her phone didn't work, and that resulted in something very sad. It's so sad. Yeah. And, this is where we decided to jump in, and let's get her connected. Let's get her connected correctly, firstly. But throughout this entire discussion today, and I looked at Sindiswa, and she's living on a little grant, and what we do primarily is try to uplift and enable people, right? That is true where we come from the Hello Group side. And I've identified her, I spoke to her, and we want to enable her to be able to supply businesses with SIM cards where she can make an earning, and she can also provide these little spaza shops with earnings themselves. Taking it over that, she can become the prepaid electricity supplier for this entire area, where she will be making earnings on this. And we want to try and help her. It's prepaid electricity, it is bill payments, it is a variety of products, 300 and odd. There's so many, I can't even speak about it. And we're going to enable Sindiswa to be able to do this. My dear, I don't know if you can come up through.
Over here, Sindiswa.
Yes. And I would like to introduce my team who's going to be able to assist.
Come through.
Come through, gentlemen.
This is all the gentlemen that are part of the Hello Group and the QMart team wanting to make that difference. They reached out to me and said, you know what, the story that you told us is so heart-wrenching. And this is what it means for the Hello Group, where they also have their own foundation, but have decided that why should we stop at what we're doing, whereas we are humanitarians in our own right and we have that abilities to be able to do that. So let's hear what it is that you have to give her, because I think she's going to be blown away with everything that she's listening to.
Sindiswa, there we go, right? A little gift from us. This is going to help you, right? Get connected. We're going to give you we're going to give you funding to start your little enterprise now, to be able to help everybody else out, right? With prepaid electricity, with DSTV, with all of these little things. We're going to train you, we're going to educate you and enable you, right? You don't need to be stuck on the grant. We want to help you, right? I bow down to you, my lady. I've got a lot of respect for you. Well done. Well done.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Would any of you would like to say something on behalf of your team?
Okay. You know what?
Aslam was
I
now.
think you deserve this too. I don't think I have enough for you, my dear. I don't.
I'm so blown away. I think it's getting better by the moment here. There we go. So are we rightfully saying that she's indirectly become a QMart agent?
Yes.
There we go,
100%.
Sindiswa, well done. You just got empowered within the past few minutes that went by. Join that team. Well done.
Thank you very much. I know it's COVID, but yeah, I got to. Thank you. But well done. Keep it up.
I think from our team, I must say we are totally blown away by your generosity and your humanitarianism as a corporate, to be able to want to come out and join us on such an amazing outreach program that means so much. I mean, if we look at a story and we listen to the types of situations that they've encountered, you defining that need and coming to fulfill it, I think has given us so much of hope to say that these outreach programs that we're on, and with people like yourselves, and we're going to say humanitarian corporates, that's what we're going to call you. The humanitarian corporates are definitely going the extra mile to be able to help us, Salaamedia, the humanitarian journalism organization, that goes the extra mile every single day of our lives with every single show to be able to uplift and empower and sustain and change people's lives for the better. And there's one word that I always use on my show, and the guys are going to laugh because I got to go from better spaces, better places. And that's what we're doing for Sindiswa today. It's taking her from the space that she's in and putting her in a better one. And I really, honestly speaking, as much as Aslam has done that, I take my hat off to you, my dear, with the utmost of respect from myself and the team. I think we absolutely, the reason why we wanted to come out today was that your story was so heart-wrenching, and it was so real, and it was so gutting for us as a team to sit there. And I think we sat there for a while after I did the show with you, and we couldn't stop thinking about what it is that we can do for Sindiswa and her community to be able to create a better space and a better place. But Aslam, from yourself and the Hello Group, the Hello Foundation, QMart, all falling under one umbrella, I really want to extend our extreme gratitude, and that's what it's about, extreme gratitude for coming out to give us a cell phone and giving us the biggest surprise that we never expected was the fact that Sindiswa is now exactly what we wanted it to be. She is empowered. And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very special and honored, and I'm really grateful for the cell phone. I remember just a short story in February. There was a green that I was taking care of, and then she passed away. And then so because she had no one to take care of as I was doing it, and then I remember as I was organizing her funeral, going to the indigent, doing the application for her to be buried, it was hard. I remember on the 22nd, at the mortuary, they called and said, can you please organize someone who's going to come tomorrow and bat the body and prepare the body? So it was hard. The communication was not okay. I couldn't get the rest of the family who stays at the Soweto. So I had to go to the mortuary and bat the corpse and prepare the corpse for the funeral tomorrow. So, but at the beginning, it was hard because our communication was not okay because my cell phone, it has been very sick. So I'm grateful for the cell phone. Thank you so much for connecting me. I miss a lot of important video calls every single day. They call me, they want to donate, but they can't get through me. But because of the cell phone, it means so much to me. Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure, and thank you very much for giving us this opportunity.
I think we want to thank you for joining us on this opportunity because it's been a venture for Salaamedia for a while to just hit township to township, define needs, and help people move forward. We have been doing it through our shows, but today we really wanted to actually come out here and make the difference. I'm so lost for words here. I don't even know what more to say with the type of gratitude that we have endlessly for this humanitarian corporate, the Hello Group. So thank you so much. God bless you in many directions for defining the selfless needs in the townships and going out there and joining people like us where we embark on these journeys of changing lives. So we really want to thank you as far as that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And again, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. We really do. Sindiswa, all the best for you. Right? I encourage you to continue what you're doing. You're a superstar.
Geez, and the superstar just got empowered, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of them soon. So let's give them a hand. But it doesn't end there, because as far as the empowerment, upliftment is concerned, Sindiswa, Sindiswa, we need you back here again because it hasn't ended there.
Okay.
I can hear the sounds of should we say gratitude and happiness and love. It's such an unbelievable fulfillment. I can't even explain it to you from our team where we endlessly. Silelo,
Yep.
Talk to me about the environment that we're in here, because the township life is something that I think our viewers need to understand before we go into giving our treats to Sindiswa, because it hasn't ended there.
Yeah, I think Tembisa is a beautiful place. I have family here. I'm from here. I really love the place. It's like most townships across South Africa. Once you get to immerse yourself in it and understand the people that are from here and everything that's going on in here, you'll realize it's just like everywhere else, if not better. Here everyone knows their neighbors. Everyone knows the other person from the next street, and help is always accessible. So it's a beautiful place, and 1632 Tembisa, it's my hood. I love it. But then there are also comments coming in quickly. I know the camera can't see me, but there are a few comments coming in on our stream also. There's Sihle Ibrahim, Mieza, Jazakallah Khair, Salaamedia, big love. Mohammed Ibrahim, well done to Salaamedia and the Hello Foundation. There's also Dao, there's also a gentleman here, he's saying ngathi umdali angaholela usindiswa endleleni eqondile ambusise kakhulu. So basically saying may God bless Sindiswa and send her on a righteous path. So those are some of the comments coming in. People just wishing her luck. We also have someone from Malawi sending their love to Sindiswa, saying I'm watching all the way from Malawi and I'm sending all my love to Sindiswa. So a lot of people are being touched by your story. You're a phenomenal human being.
And talking about touching, I think that this is what it means for us, is to see that other people are recognizing what you're doing. And we're hoping that they also, those people that have those potentials, become those role models that you have become in your society, in your community. And we're trying to edge them on, and we're saying it's Women's Month. All you women out there, now's your chance to show your potentials and your talents and take it and use it for a bigger purpose than you've ever. I bet you never thought you had it. But I think if you sit down just carefully, like Sindiswa has, and her negative issues that she faced in her life never stopped her from changing everybody else's lives into the positive, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Umama and Salelo, I'd like you to, and Ponti, to come, because from the Salaamedia team, Sindiswa, we're just going to wait for Sindiswa to join us there. We went one step further. And as I said, it was about defining the need, the importance, what it is that we can do to help make people's lives better, easier, more fulfilling. And this is what it's about. So Salaamedia went the extra mile. And let's start taking out these packs while Sindiswa's coming. And we're going to be handing out to Sindiswa from the Salaamedia team. So what we did is we decided, Sindiswa and Dineo. Dineo, are you here? Okay, so Sindiswa and Dineo have been, as they say, helping aid the grannies. Come through, Dineo. Helping aid the grannies with their health care and bathing them and helping them get sorted out, so that they can feel nice. And I think just that little bath goes such a long way, where the granny feels. I think it's not about the actual doing of it, but the idea of the fact that you're reaching out to her and giving her that love and that care that she's looking for. And I think that's important. So Sindiswa, we have some extra goodies for you from the Salaamedia team. So come and join us over here. Okay, and then the Hello group. Geez, they just don't cease to amaze me anymore. I feel like those little kids in motion that want to stand here and start jumping with joy with the three types of people, with Salaamedia, family, and the Hello group. Can we just swap over there? For the type of things that we've decided to do. So Sindiswa and Dineo from the Salaamedia team, we decided to make your lives a whole lot easier when you need to start dealing with the grannies. So we made hygiene packs for every single grandmother for you. And this is from our team to you to say that we love you and we appreciate you, and we also appreciate the type of work you do. So we wanted to make it easier for you so you don't have to actually go and look for those funds to be able to reach out. And let's not forget, here we go, some more of it coming from the Hello Group. They defined the fact that you needed some masks so that when you deal with the grannies it's easier. And I think there's some sanitary packs here as well. So they've donated sanitary packs and the masks as well to you to be able to help you reach out and of course be safe at the same time. And then the Salaamedia team went out and we put these packs together for you. So every granny, you could possibly put their name on there, has their own pack. So when you do decide to, bath them, they have all their necessary requirements. There's tears in your eyes. Oh my goodness. It's very difficult for me, and I'm one of those lovers, as they say, to be able to keep a straight face here, to see the overwhelmingness that is going on here, and of emotion. And should we say in a positive way? There's so much of positivity and positive emotion happening over here. Right out here in Tembisa. If you've just joined us, you've missed out on something absolutely phenomenal, because we've been uplifting, empowering and sustaining in such a way that I don't think we would have thought possible, but brainstorming as a team has taught us to be able to work in sync and move people together, and this is the fulfillment between ourselves, Salaamedia, the Fikir family, and of course the Hello Group, to say that we are so fulfilled today knowing that we've changed these two people's lives so that they can go out there and change those amazing people's lives. And that's what it's all about. It's all about giving back. How do you feel right now, Daneo?
Oh, I feel very much happy, and this means a lot to us. Giving us these toiletries will make the bathing of our grannies very much easier every day. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome, Sindiswa.
I am so emotional right now. I wasn't expecting any of these. Thank you so much for the toiletries. I remember when I started this in 2019, even this year, I used to bath my grannies with my own toiletries, because at times at home, they don't have toiletries at all. So I would use my own toiletries. And for those that don't have nappies, I would use napkins and to wash them. So now it's going to be more easy for me to be able to bath them, knowing that each and every one of my grannies has their own things instead of me sharing my own with them. Thank you so much.
Now, it is Women's Month, right? What message would you like to give women like yourself out there? There's so many women out there that would want to serve a purpose, that would want to make a difference. But a lot of the times, they sit there and they don't know where to start. So what sort of advice would you give them? I think that's important.
The advice that I would give to the women out there is that be a great person. Every single day when I wake up, I want to make sure that I want someone to look at me and say, because of this woman, I am where I am today. Because me being able to help other people, it also helps my baby. This year things were very hard. I couldn't even afford to buy my baby the uniform. But because people know what I'm doing, there's a lady by the name of Eunice. She bought my baby the uniform. She spent 800 on that uniform. So if it wasn't about me helping people, I don't think my baby would have uniform by now. Now my baby has everything. So I want to say to women, share what you have. You don't have to have much to be able to share with people. As I cook for homeless people, many days I go to bed with empty stomach. I give my last plate. I always share the last that I have. If it means that I give someone my money to be able to take a taxi and walk, then I do that. Let us be great women. Let us be the women that someone can come and confide in you. Let us love one another despite our situations. Let us be great women and make the world a better place.
You couldn't have said that better. Danaya, what is your take on that?
I would advise everybody, more especially women, that whatever you got inside the house, if you see somebody being in need on your street, it is the power is inside your hand to help that person. No one can come and force you to help, but your heart, it goes from the heart. Once you start helping somebody, some other people will see you and join you with what you are doing, and that will make our community so much better from there. Thank you.
I have a question for you two ladies, which I think it's imperative, it's important. There's a lot of young people out there that I think we need to get involved in the word empowerment, upliftment, and sustainability. And I mean, you're not exactly old, but what suggestions would you give them to start? Because what we say is, the younger people are the future of the nation. And until we don't start teaching them how important it is to be able to give back in so many directions to people to be able to change their lives, it's something they're going to not grow with being used to and accustomed to. So what would you tell them?
What I would say to our young people out there is that do what you love. I think it would be best for them to find their purpose and do what they love. Pray about it and ask God to connect them to the right people. Because if God is not in it, then it's not gonna work. They should find their purpose and then do the purpose, and then it would make them the greater people on earth.
And then we're going to end up.
What I can say to young ladies is that they should try by all means that they help as so many as they can, because when you help somebody, it also opens your blessings from God. God can be able to work through you. So when it comes to helping, it's very much thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for those words. Ponti, would you like to say something before we end off?
So thank you so much to Sindiswa, to you, Dineo, and our grannies, our elders, for welcoming us today. It was indeed a very good program, and like I said, it could have been done on a better month than Women's Day. Thank you so much for all the selfless work that you are doing. You continue blessing many other people out there, and I would like to implore corporate and NGOs like Hello Mobiles to please come to the fore and help out people like Sindiswa. And you can find these people in your little locations, wherever you are. Please do help. And this really fulfills our mandate as humanitarian journalists. At Salaamedia, we are all about humanitarian journalism. And really, our mandate has been fulfilled through Sindiswa. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was Ponti Maletsane, our COO. But it seems like we're running out of time now, and we have come to the end of this program. From my side, and just having the privilege to be able to come out to Tembisa and do this show absolutely live has meant so much to us and the team. I just want to say one thing, that we must never forget the people that are below us, and never forget the Almighty, because it's our deeds that actually move us forward, and the sincerity and the intention that we do things with that change our lives for the better. And these are the things, and of course let's not forget the humility. These are the things that beautiful people like Sindiswa and Dineo have taught us. So for myself and the team, what we're saying is, take advantage of the opportunity that you have in this world to find your purpose and give back in many directions to be able to empower, uplift, and sustain. But you can only do that through reflection, retrospection, and reconnection with the Almighty, as she always says. So we want to thank you so much. A loud shout out to Salaamedia, the Hello Group, and the Fakir family for making this totally possible today, for making my show possible in such an amazing way. From my team, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure for you guys. For me, I can't extend my gratitude any further for allowing me to be able to to do this for us as a team, to be able to move people's lives forward. From myself, Nafisa Dango, I look forward to meeting you next week, same time at 11 to 1 in the studio with loads of love, lots of happiness, and of course, lots of fulfillment. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.